Hi guys, I've got my Durham outfit on today, and today we are playing a race to 8 racks against Tall Steve, who's just made a brilliant break there. 9 ball, but it's also as per Jeeves's recommendation that I do a few more like general vlog videos, giving people an update of what I'm up to. That could be enough. Which I think is a decent idea. One of the things that I've been sort of battling with, guys, over the past few weeks and months, probably years to be honest, is trying to find a purpose for myself, more specifically trying to find a career after the one that I'm in now. I'm very eager not to be cast out into something that I dislike or to become a cog in the machine. I want to keep my own level of, I'd love to be an authority on something. And whilst I'm perhaps an authority on virtual pool, that doesn't really pay the bills, as fun as it is. Some things that I'm very interested in, and I found a company called Complete Coherence, which is a company that actually, there was a bit of a challenge put out by someone online to say, I like to know, as you guys know, I'm fascinated by, for example, the acting industry, and what people do, you know, outside of when we all think that they're, you know, super successful in life, and whereas a lot of them are struggling because when you finish working, oh, look where that brown's gone. That's bad. When they finish, you know, recording the film, and what do? They go home and they're probably looking for money making straight away. And a lot of them sort of have to sign on, and we'll try and move the brown here. So I found, hit it. Oh yeah, baby, what a shot. I'll have a look at this again. So look, I just had to hit this, and there you go, see it's coming towards it, just gets half a ball and opens it up. So now I'm just going to make sure I don't mess it up from here. So yeah, and I remember there's a guy called, you could find out what most of them did after, apart from a guy called Russell Porter who played Tim. And I found out just by chance, because I follow Harriet Thorpe who played Carol, and she's still a successful stage actress these days. And she put a tweet on saying, got a reunion with the lovely Russell Dethridge, which is different names, obviously that's why you couldn't find out who he is. So then I find out that he's actually very successful, and pretty much has been since he finished filming The British Empire. He's a management consultant and works for a company now called Complete Coherence. And that got me thinking, you know, a lot of being like, just hasn't made it. A lot of being like a management consultant is being able to sort of focus on, you know, techniques of being good leadership, good employees, getting improvement out of people. And it's something that I'm really big on myself, because I've never managed to be that successful. I've had to really think about and work for everything that I've had. And in that, I've sort of discovered reasons why other people aren't successful. You know, I've seen people who are, you know, just super lazy, super undriven, they don't have any belief that they can be successful, so naturally they never do anything to bring success about, and it sort of creates this self-fulfilling prophecy. I know about when I played snooker and pool, and even virtual pool to a very small and insignificant degree, you can find yourself, you know, you have to do things to get somewhere. And that sounds really obvious, but it actually isn't. You know, and companies will pay kind of big money to kind of look at ways where you can improve. So I thought, well, if I could produce, based on my achievements, and I don't mean anywhere my achievements on virtual pool at all. What I mean is my achievements in my career, my efforts that I've put into improving myself, and, you know, learning about the fact that, you know, some awarenesses that I've got. And one of the illustrations I would use was, just imagine a room where you can rent for functions, for different functions. Like in 3 days, it might be that different versions of the, you know, like might turn into a boardroom, might become a stage for a play, it might just be a reading club, or a sort of very, it could be a sales arena. We as humans, based on our decisions, we make our environment what it is, and that obviously permeates to work as well. Because what we do with it's not so much the decisions we make. Obviously I've got the 9 replaced on those situations to take away the 9 ball break. The decisions that we take in our life directly result in our results. So it's not so much the decisions we take, it's why we take them. Because one of the problems with like normal employee appraisals, and I know that most companies could break it down in terms of you either produce or you don't, But let's just say, for example, they're bothered about what decisions you take, and as an employee, you know, I can't be over your shoulder saying, you know, that you're doing this right, you're doing this wrong. The only learning you can have is, why do you make those decisions? And I think that's kind of the why is where you need to address. Because if you can make it so that you're using different factors to make a decision, then it'll be a lot easier for you. Like, say for example, right, you say, I want to be better at virtual pool, and a lot of people come up to me and they say on my videos, although Tall Steve's given me a bit of a kick in here, they say, Mal, how can I get better at virtual pool? And my sort of standard answer can be, you know, practice, learn about the different games, learn the rules, check out the tactics. What I'm essentially saying is, you've got to change something. You've got to be better. You've got to amend something. You know, if you want to run out more, you have to angle your pots better, you have to play a better position, and you have to play more often. You know, one of the problems I have with playing real life snooker is I never actually pull the trigger and play it on a real table. Partly, I know the factor is because of my eyes being not great, and I have to therefore wear contact lenses, and it sort of dissuades me from playing. That's the reason. But if I was getting coached, obviously the coaching that I could take would be, well, why do you not like putting your contacts in? Why don't you practice taking them in and out every day? And if I could force myself to do that, suddenly that barrier would be far less of a problem. And that's the kind of thing that I'm going to try and put together. It's sort of a really getting down to the nitty gritty, and that hurt. That too was a bad miss. And trying to set up a company that looks really big, you know, not lying, but that presents itself to be credible to a big company, and try and get myself to go in there and pass on some of this learning, because I think that, having thought about these things, I can offer big business something. I've missed 2 of them now, and that's irritating. So yeah, so that's kind of what I'm thinking about, maybe looking at a website. Another thing I have is a wish. I would love to be a professional Twitch streamer. I'd love to be a professional poker streamer, except I'm not very good at either. And it goes back to, you know, don't fall for this trick that it's, if you do what successful people do, you're guaranteed success. I think on the internet these days, on the sort of getting followers, it's far more subtle than that, which I've found. You know, because I do probably most of what, but I make one key mistake on having a sports YouTube channel. I'm very good at putting the content out regularly, but I'm very bad at putting the content out on a game that people actually want to watch. Because as much as we all love VP4, the audience is limited. It's not nearly as popular as Call of Duty or Hearthstone or anything like that. So that's kind of where we fall down immediately. I'm a good player, but I'm a good player in a very small pool. If the whole world played VP4, I'd be far more popular. However, I'd probably be behind the various other people who played for 12 hours a day and all that sort of thing. So again, it's a limited audience, and that's why I struggle. But I know the rules of engagement in terms of how to build these things. Also, I'm not that photogenic. I'm not really someone who is necessarily attractive, so that does make a difference. You know, I'll be honest, I don't go after what are affectionately called Twitch bitches, who are the ones that have their cleavage hanging out, and I don't just watch people who, you know, attractive people. But, you know, at the end of the day, if we're being honest here, we're all attracted to pretty people, and that doesn't even have to be people of the opposite sex either. You know, if someone who's photogenic and it's not even a sexual thing, we will watch them. Oh, I've bloody missed it. And obviously entertaining as well, you've got to be entertaining, but this vlog, like Jeeves said, he wants to see real vlogs to let you know what I'm doing. So apart from that, guys, there's not a great deal going on. Just looking at these ideas. That was an opportune kiss on the elbow. So yeah, it's like another year's gone by. I'm still sort of, I need to start something and get established. Now that white could be an off. That could be an off. Ooh, so the computer's trying to give us a chance. So here you just don't bother any silly combination shots or anything. You just put the ball in, put both balls in, knock the easy 9 in. I thought I missed that for a horrible second there. And also I think I can kind of use my pursuit of sort of purpose and meaning, because I think you got to learn about what makes people tick. You know, employers can fall in the trap, I think, of not needing to know, you know, almost getting a bit cocky about the fact that they're paying you your wages, so they don't need to know whether you're unhappy or not. It doesn't even matter. You just got to do the job that you're paid for. They'll find somebody else and get kind of like power trippy about it. And we've all been there. Well, actually, the very best employers will take the time to understand that if you're paying them, why not create them into your perfect employee? Why not spend the money into turning them into productive employees? So you don't, you know, it doesn't matter who it is, but why not turn that particular employee into the one that you wanted to employ in the first place? Now I've messed this right up, guys. Oh dear. I'll do. That was a good shot. So that's kind of, this is where that effort and expenditure can prove to be worth it, because yes, you don't care whether that particular employee does the job, but why not? You know, why not make it better? And in a big organisation, they have HR departments that are designed to deal with these types of issues, to get the value for money. Because if you've got all these employees, you know the natural inclination of most employees are to take the piss. And that's a reality of business. Most employees don't want to do any more than they need to get paid. Most of them have this sort of incorrect perception that they are better off it not working for themselves, because having a job is more secure. You know, i.e. you don't have to worry too much about getting paid at the end of the month. Well, actually, you kind of do, because if you do a bad job, they'll just get rid of you. And there's no amount of trade union rights and what have you will save you from the procedures that are designed to allow them to get rid of you if they want. Now here, I'm going to try and hit this 9 and 7 and try and open them and leave myself a shot. And I've done that. So that allows me a chance to run out here. Here it's just a case of I'm getting the angles right, because I'm not going to be hitting it very hard. Oh, I messed it up. Problem with that shot is it had to be bang on. So that was a critical time to make a mess of it. Now this might be a mistake. Got lucky. That's also in off. So the computer's given me a helping hand. Very grateful. So that's going to be essentially the idea that I put together over the next few weeks and months. I'm going to follow the structure of a website. So now I'm looking, the company name that I like that belongs to somebody else is called Complete Coherence. Obviously I can't call it that or anything like that, but I do want something like that. So if you guys have any ideas, I'll be more than happy to think about it, to have a look at it. I've also I looked at the word for improve in Latin, which was melius, I think. And obviously I'll be looking at sort of global, merius, global and things like that, you know, trying to think of something that I can put together that might work. That's a good shot by the computer. So here I'm just going to, I think probably just roll it towards the orange and put the white near the pink. I need this to go past the middle pocket. And I've made a good mess of that one. Oh, that's a great shot. That was lovely. And the computer is doing very well now. Just goes to show that small margins of match play when you're 6'5", and they play a couple of really top draw shots and 6'6" or 7'5", so now it's like best 2 out of 3 instead of him having to win everything out of the last 2 or 3 racks. It's what fascinates me about match play situations. That's why I love them so much. The margins are so crazy. A shot like that, for example, as well. Just those 2 shots in isolation, and suddenly I'm really struggling, you know. That was a tricky go, and we might just have an edge. We do, just to check this does actually go. I think it's kind of too close to call a little bit, so I'll play for it. I think it goes, but it's tight, but even so, that's the run. You just got to try and hit this just a tad thicker than you'd want. That's a good shot. Now obviously the issue is not getting suited behind the 9. And then 2 cushions here, and I'm guaranteed to be on the 8. Screw back towards the cushion, and I'm on the 9. And I'm on the 9, and it should be hill time for me, so 7-6. Now that's a really nice hit on the, because if the 9 had gone in, it got re-spotted, you see. Oh, that was a potential frame winner. Now obviously the problem's the 5. So what I need to do is leave myself an angle. I can't really leave myself much. I'm going to try and move it here with a lot of top right. Haven't done it. Does it squeeze by? Definitely not. Got very lucky there because I hit the cushion first. If you heard the brown or the orange just touched the top of the cushion, which I got very lucky over. Now that's not a good shot. I want to hit that thinner, so I've now given him an easy chance to win the rack. That could prove very costly in terms of this short match. So much side on it came back up, which is lucky. And there you go. 7-7, so we got the hill. Nothing looking down from what I can see. The pink is a big problem. So we can get a couple of shots here, but we need to start thinking about the pink ball. That's if I'm even on the 2. Horrid. So we'll wait and see what he does with the 4 ball now. That looks a little straight to me. Now, has he left that? Nope. The problem I've got now is I could hit the 3 and open the 4. Well, I have partially opened the 4. If you can swing it round a few cushions, you might be able to land on it into this corner pocket. If he hits the right cushion, he has got a double here, and now I'm in trouble. Oh man. Well, look at this. So, I think this is a shot, try and hit it a little bit thick and go behind this D8. Well, I got lucky, he could jump though. It could be all over with a good jump shot. All over with a good jump shot, guys. So just pipped at the post there by Tall Steve. Good match, and I hope you enjoyed the vlog update, and I'll see you on the next Virtual Pool 4 video coming real soon. Also do some other games very soon, and I will see you then. Thanks for watching.